I'd like to address the concept of model agnosticism. This is not model as in model citizen. This is an agnosticism about models. And this ties in with Chunnel Surfing, the concept within my books, which I encourage you to buy one of through Amazon or Lulu.com. Chunnel Surfer II is out. It's the first of a trilogy. The second one will be called simply Chunnel Surfer and will be out sometime next year. That plug aside, model agnosticism is the idea that our models of the universe, or certain specific parts of it, are not always applicable in all situations. For example, a menu is a model of a meal, in a way. As with all models, it contains some information and helps you process that information by the way it's organized, and yet it fails in some other aspects. It may have pictures, it has names, it has prices, it has descriptions, but it doesn't have physicality. You can't eat it. The model is not the thing. So that model of the meal works in many ways. A recipe book would be another kind of modeling for certain meals or dishes. And that would work in ways the menu doesn't work. It's still not the same as the meal. You could have like those plastic replicas of the meal, and that has things and things to say for it that the other two models don't. So in core, the idea of model agnosticism is one, first and foremost, the model is not the thing, the map is not the territory, the menu is not the meal. We live by models and maps that are ideal for what we need them for, but do not perfectly encompass the thing they're pointing to. That's one. Two is most everything can be described in more than one way. There's more than one model that will work for anything, any concept, love, politics, biology, astronomy, how to lead your life, ethics, morality. And in certain circumstances, more than one model has a usefulness. And as another example, let's try models of morality. We've got the Bible, which contains a model of morality. We've got Confucianism. We've got secular humanism. None of these things equals morality. None of these things is the same as morality. They are a map to find and figure out morality. They are a menu for morality. They are a model. And for your standard Christian, the Bible is the model that works best for them. For your standard atheist, secular humanism is the model that works best. However, there are things to be said for all models. There's a benefit to reading the Bible, even if you're not a Christian or a Jew. There's a benefit to reading the Quran or the Bhagavad Gita, or How to Win Friends and Influence People, regardless of your background. There's a benefit to it in that it broadens your experience, it allows you to see more fully different aspects of the thing being modeled, and the ability to absorb and switch between models can be a very powerful thing, and that's ultimately what model agnosticism is, being able to switch between models. You can imagine models that are very much out there. Aliens are controlling my brain through purple lasers beamed from space. That's a model of how my behavior comes into being, right? There are a lot of models, and all of them fall short in certain ways. This one has the advantage of being concise, creating a way of considering that doesn't lock me up into vapor lock, like I've got to make the right decisions, yada yada. It has many disadvantages in that it brings information in that just isn't a part of general experience. It's a model. So say, as an exercise, I decided to adopt that model for a time, to try it on. Like a pair of shoes. Try it on for a day or a week. think about it, see what that model actually has to offer, see what the ramifications of adopting that model are. And then at the end of the day or at the end of the week sort of review, like, how did that go? What benefit was there? What were the drawbacks? And as such, my own understanding of my personal behavior can be thereby enriched. And another huge advantage of model agnosticism is it allows you to talk to people. My map is not the same as your map. It never will be. It is never going to be the same. It's never going to be exactly the same. They may be similar. My description of a meal or a movie or the chair I'm sitting in will not be exactly the same as yours. I'm touching a different part of the elephant, reference to the blind man and the elephant parable. So, you know, my trunk is a partial. When I touch the trunk, I have a partial image of the elephant. I don't have the elephant, but I've got a model. It's like a snake, right? And you touch a different part, and it's like a wall, and it's like a rope, and it's like a tree trunk. None of these is wrong, and none of these is complete. However, if I could get all of those models, I would be much closer to a complete understanding of the elephant. So if I'm talking to you, and you have the purple laser beam model, and I have a very narrow model that I'm attached to, not agnostic about it all, but I'm attached to it. In fact, I'm a model evangelist. I try and get other people to adopt my model. I will have a hard time talking to this guy. I'll write him off as crazy, and if he says anything beneficial, I won't hear it. I won't be able to hear it. I'm going to actually model him as crazy and irrelevant. However, even people who believe in purple laser beams have things to offer. And sometimes some really great novels. But no, it was pink. It was a pink laser beam. So if I can step into his worldview briefly for a time, you know, not get sucked in, not suddenly become crazy, but, you know, adopt it. I can actually have a conversation about it. I can use it as a model for the universe, see what the ramifications are, and possibly learn something about myself or about the thing being modeled, or at the very least about the guy with the pink laser beam model. So that is model agnosticism. Chunnel surfing is an extension of that. The word chunnel from channel and tunnel. Channel surfing, you know, flip, flip, flip. One of my favorite pastimes. Tunnel in the sense of a reality tunnel. I only see the parts of reality that fit within my models, right? So there are things in this room that I literally cannot see, simply because they are outside of my reality tunnel. Everyone has a reality tunnel. Everyone has, you know, a certain amount of tunnel vision. Some a narrower tunnel than others. Some shift their tunnel. Some have multiple tunnels. I try to have multiple tunnels, you know, being the model agnostic. And as they start to overlap, I can sort of create a larger and larger Venn diagram of my tunnel. But chunnel surfing then is combining these two ideas and being able to surf from one reality tunnel to another, either my own or in fiction, another person's, or you know, depending on my worldview, another aspect of myself that appears as another person. So that's model agnosticism. If more people could adapt this idea, we would have fewer fights about creation, about just about every legal, moral, and ethical debate. It's not a matter of I'm right and you're wrong. It's a matter of we've got different models. It's like if we have different languages and you say that's a chien and I say it's a dog, we could argue about it. Neither of us is ultimately right. We're just using our model, our name, for this creature, and neither of us is wrong. And we could actually have a conversation together, and we could learn, this is what I know about dogs, that's what you know about les chiens. I could learn some of your language, and both of our experiences could be expanded thereby. If only we could do that. My model of the world suggests that if more people did that, it would improve the world. It would improve the way things are. It would work.